there you have it then. Transfer window is well and truly closed. We've signed nobody. I tell you what, I've seen more business in a vegetarian butcher's than there has been at Manchester United this last month. We've got injuries coming out of our ears. We've got a squad so thin, it's starving, and we've got zero chance of getting fourth place. I think we think we're going to win the cup. Pep's gone to City. Arsenal are going to win the league. Stoke City are playing better football than us. It's like a parallel universe of hell. It's Louis van Gaal's reign at Manchester United. The transfer window's closed. There is no hope. We will not bring any more players into this squad. It's disappointing. It's to be expected, and you can't blame the fans. You blame Woodward. You blame Van Gaal. What is going on with Manchester United, I don't know, but disappointing. Been pulling my hair out literally for the last few hours, hoping that we're going to do something, even if it was just to bring a bit of positivity and confidence. It would have been worth the 20 million just to give the squad a little bit of a boost. But no, we do nothing. We regress. We're sinking down and down and down, and this season lurches from one bad thing to another. There was talk of us maybe getting Renato Sanchez. We were hoping for that. A young player would have been good. We were snubbed by Debussy and Arsenal. Pep Guardiola's gone to Manchester City. This whole month has been about standing by Louis van Gaal when he should have been gone before the January even started. He should have gone a few days before Christmas. We would have had a manager in, whether it was Giggs to the end of the season or Jose Mourinho, and we would have bought players in. But no, all Edward wants to do is save money, and that's what this is about, folks. It comes down to the very simple thing I keep saying. Van Gaal has not been sacked, and he has not been backed for two reasons. He's not been sacked because it will cost them £10 million to do it. They won't need to pay that when it's impossible to qualify for the top four, which will be in a matter of weeks unless we can somehow win the Europa League, because we're not going to get through it in the league. That's when they'll sack him, because it won't be £10 million. It'll be a hell of a lot less. And also, if they'd sacked him, they would have, if they wanted to back him, they would have had to back him in the transfer market, which they were reluctant to do, which would have been more money spent. And obviously the third option, which we all wanted, was sack him and get a new manager in and let them get some players in and let's get top four. It could have been done. Economically, it would have made sense. You know what? 10 million to get rid of Van Gaal, 20 million on wages for Mourinho, 100 million for him to spend in January. That's 130 million pounds. I bet we just getting in the Champions League, you'd make that money. So we're going to lose all that money for not being in the Champions League. It's bad business, but people keep hiding behind the fact that Ed Woodward is a fantastic businessman. Well, I tell you what, he's a terrible football man, and Manchester United are just in no man's land at the moment. Can we come through it? I think this season's a write-off. I think already next season's looking bad. I'm convinced that it's Van Gaal then Giggs, and I think that is going to be third time and out for Man United, because then we really will be falling into the depths of what happened to Liverpool, where it's decades to turn it round. It's sad, it's bad, but we are Manchester United fans. This is the United Stand. We've been with you today for the transfer news. Thanks for that. Get commenting below. I think the big question is, where next for Manchester United? What happens? Because I don't think we cannot be shocked anymore by any more embarrassing news and bad things happening at the club. It doesn't get much worse unless we're about to give Fellaini and Louis van Gaal a 5-year contract. Could happen. Thanks for watching. Good night. I've frozen again. I always seem to froze. Manchester United have froze. But thanks everybody for watching. Speak to you tomorrow live after the Stoke game. Can we get a win? We've got to do it with what we've got. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, hello everyone. It's the Roddy Devil. Unfortunately, I've been suffering with like tonsillitis or some stuff like that. So oh god, that's not good. That's got blood in it. That's probably not nice at all. Anyway, so Manchester United, we're not making any signings. So don't get too excited about that one. We were linked with like a few players, but to be honest with you, there's just no point in reporting because the club clearly don't want to invest. So yeah, 2 seconds. Oh, that was meaty. So yeah, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff, and back over to like Goldberg's. Laters.